In this week's retro pop culture news, there is a Popeye movie that is being made. Also, Star Trek has a new show that's going to be about Pike, and it's in the works. And there is a Garbage Pail Kids Monopoly game. And we have a lot more to talk about, so don't turn that dial. What up to my peoples, and welcome to Retro Crunch. So if you are a fan of the animated cartoon Popeye, then you might know that in 2014 Sony Pictures, they actually did an animated test of a possible CGI Popeye movie. And it looked really promising, but it eventually got canceled. Well, the good news is, luckily, that project has actually kind of been revived, and now there's a Popeye movie that is actually in the works, and we have a little bit of detail on it, although we don't know if it's going to be CGI or if it's going to be just cartoon animation yet. The comic strip print company King Features is teaming with Jindy Tartakovsky. He's the same guy that made Samurai Jack and Hotel Transylvania, and now he's going to be working on the Popeye movie, and that is some really positive news. They're actually working on the storyline for this movie right now, so it's still in really early development. But if you want to find out a little bit more, I'll link in the description down below an article that talks about it. Then next up, this is probably my favorite news of the day. We're actually going to be getting a new Star Trek TV show, and they're going to be telling the story of Christopher Pike. This has been a long time coming, and if you watch CBS's Star Trek Discovery, Pike is a huge part of that second season, and it's going to be really cool to get to see him have his own show. Then on to some reboot news. So, Head of the Class, it's a sitcom that ran from 1986 to 1991, and it's about a group of really smart honor students that were in a high school in Manhattan, New York. The show is being rebooted for the streaming platform HBO Max, and HBO is planning on keeping the storyline pretty close to how the original show went. So this news just dropped, but earlier this year, this 80s sitcom actually started streaming on Roku's channel. And if you want a refresher before this reboot hits HBO Max, there you go. Also, the Scarface remake is actually back on the table at Universal Pictures, finally, and they got a new director. So if you've been really waiting on this news, it looks like the movies are going to actually be made, but this time they're going to have Tony Montana as a drug lord in Los Angeles. Then be sure to check the description down below for these next few stories that we're going to talk about. Legendary musician Buddy Holly is getting his very own biopic movie. Also, there is a teaser trailer out for the new Babysitter's Club TV show, and Biff from Back to the Future was recently on Josh Gad's YouTube channel. And then moving on to some other news. Just when I thought I had enough of the Monopoly game sets, they pull me back in. There is a Garbage Pail Kids Monopoly game that is out right now, and I absolutely love everything about this new game. The game board, man, it just looks awesome. The money has Garbage Pail Kids faces on it, some really cool metal tokens, and yeah, I am definitely going to be picking this up. Then check this out, guys. There really is a Mel's Diner from the 1970s TV show Alice. It's actually located in Phoenix, Arizona, and it is still open. The TV show was actually never filmed inside, but they did use the front of the diner for the show, and I hear that the food is excellent. Then if you're into retro news and nostalgia stuff from back in the day, I'll see you in the next video that is right over there. I'll catch you on the flip side, and remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.